Bonjour and welcome back, SOBs, to the Neptune Society on the Stream of Blood. The Stream of Blood is a Twitch channel where we play tabletop role-playing games. We play some dice, roll some dice rather, play pretend, have some adventures. Tonight, this is our Taste of Blood series where we sample all kinds of games. But tonight we are playing Call of Cthulhu 7th edition from Chaosium, written by all kinds of excellent people like Mike Mason, Paul Fricker, originally created by Sandy Peterson, Scott Dorward, Badger McInnes, Mike Mason, Charlie Crank. These people put together such a great edition of this game that's been going since like 1981, and we are playing it here tonight. And we have some fantastic players to play it with. We had an awesome first session of this storyline. This storyline is special because on the Stream of Blood, you know, we survive on your subscriptions. Subscriptions are how we keep bringing you content, and we let our subscribers decide what the evil supernatural villain would be for this particular storyline. You know, Call of Cthulhu is based on the writings of H.P. Lovecraft and people like Clark Ashton Smith and Robert Bloch and August Derleth and a guy named Robert W. Chambers. And our viewers decided on a very specific monster to be at the heart, or it's actually its own mythos to be at the heart of this storyline. And so far, it's been really kind of fun to play with that kind of strangeness and that entity. And our setting is Paris at the dawn of the Belle Epoque, which seemed appropriate for this particular bad guy. So thank you, subscribers. Those are the kind of benefits we give our subscribers. They get to collaborate with us on the game. For example, in our Blades in the Dark series, we have like a faction turn where they get to control different gangs in our fictional city. And here for the Neptune Society, we decided to do a little mini event and have them choose the monster. What else can I tell you before I bring everybody in? Oh, just be sure to tune in Thursday night at, I believe it's 8 p.m. Pacific, because we're going to have a fireside chat here on the Stream of Blood, where I tell you all the stuff that's coming up for the Stream of Blood, make some announcements about our current shows, and then we'll just kind of take questions and hang out for a while and just chat with each other. So be sure to tune in Thursday at 8 p.m. Pacific so we can do that. Last time we had John Harper on. I'm still trying to get a guest for us. I was gonna have Ross Bryan on and just to kind of chat with, but I think he's unavailable. So we'll find someone, or it'll just be me and Clint, which is, you know, that's a lot of geek right there. That's so much nerd coming at you with just me and Clint. Maybe your cup runneth over with nerd and you don't need any more. But please join us for that fireside chat. I'll say one more thing before I bring our guests in. Call of Cthulhu is a horror game. Monsters eat people. Aliens take over people's minds. All kinds of terrible corruption and nasty ickiness that happens in the Lovecraft stories happens in this game. So it might go without saying, but I'll say it, that this is an adult game and adult situations may arise. There may be some violent, whoa, I shook my camera. There might be some violent murder. There might be some strange mind control. There might be people that get hurt or even get slaughtered in front of our investigators' eyes. If that's the kind of thing that bothers you, I recommend you give us a pass for right now. The rest of you, and even those that are opting out, you should know that we are always willing to listen to your comments, concerns, suggestions, and reactions to our content. We really do care, so send us a message on our Discord, the Server of Blood, if you have a reaction to our content and you want to let us know about it. We take them all very seriously. We do read them, and we will respond. Okay, that said, let's bring in this fantastic cast of characters. This guy is a good buddy of mine. I've played a lot of role-playing games with this guy. He's a writer, an improviser, an actor. He does it all. And he's a game master, which is, you know, you always want to play with game masters because they make your game mastering look good. And he definitely does that. He's playing a new character, but I just realized before while we were getting ready that his old character was a doctor and his new character is a doctor. I'll ask him about that when we bring him out. He's playing Dr. Ruprecht Reuter, and he is the fantastic man that we know as Humphrey Ker, everybody. Humphrey Ker, welcome to the show.
Hello, sweet
Buddy, how's it going?
It's going very well indeed.
So why do you like to play doctors?
It's a good question. I think that was I had not made that connection. That the good Dr. McCorkadale and Dr. Reuter were both medical men. I don't know. Maybe it's a thing that I've always thought that I should be doing something more respectable and worthwhile than what I do in real life, which is be a pretending man.
Yes. So instead of being a pretending man, you pretend to play a doctor on the internet.
Yes. And I see that Megan Ort there was asking who doesn't like to play doctor, which in my day was a naughty euphemism for getting off with people, I think. And who knows? I'm well into that.
Look, sex scenes are on the table. We may cut away.
I've done it upwards
tastefully.
Of 5 or 6 times IRL, so no big deal.
Yeah. So you know your way around a sexual encounter. I know.
Big time.
I do. Yeah. I mean, come on. This is role play in every sense of the word. And that said, I'm going to bring in your other two fellow players. She is a fantastic comedian and a podcaster whose podcast Ghosted is also about the paranormal and the supernatural, just like our show. She is playing a cabaret dancer in Gay Paris, but her character hails from España. Please welcome Roz Hernandez.
Hello. I am here for the murder and mind control and playing doctor. All of it.
Yes, a dangerous. We're doing the dorkiest thing you can do, which is playing role-playing games over the internet, but we try to make it as dangerous and as edgy as possible, Roz.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're down for it, I know.
Totally.
Are you a dancer in IRL at all?
No, not at all. And I mean, I had years being a drag queen, and it's like, I can kind of fool people into thinking, if you have a big enough wig, no one's looking at how bad your dancing is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, drag is a multimedia discipline, right? I mean, it can just be the costume, or you could be funny, which I know you are. I can't sing. I've told this a couple times. I was a theater major in school. And then I would get like one bar in, and then the auditioner would be like, "Okay, thank you, that's good."
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And
but you can dance.
I can't, but I also can't dance. I'm like whatever a reverse triple threat is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's 3 threats that you got. three different.
He's a fundamentally threatening man.
Yeah.
I'll eat all of your party sub. That's one threat that I have. I'll eat too much of it. I'll eat more than my share. All right, let's bring in our third player. I know that she loves a party sub, and she's also a fantastic actor. She is a Twitch streamer. You should check out her streams on Twitch. And she is also playing a cabaret dancer. This one from a wealthy family, someone who's slumming in the gritty underbelly of Paris. The character's name is Christine Delphine. Our player's name is Mary Lou. Let's bring her in.
Hello!
Hi.
Hello! I love a party sub. I love a 6-foot-long submarine sandwich.
Giant sandwiches. I love any kind of giant food. Giant pizza.
Mm-hmm. Or an especially small food, like those tiny corns.
Yes. Oh, you like tiny foods. Those are fun too.
Either one. I like extremes.
Sliders. Those are fun. Tiny hamburgers.
Totally. I'm just an extreme kind of gal.
No medium foods up in here.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's fun to pretend you're a giant with like a little piece of corn.
Oh my God. I mean, we should start a restaurant where you're like a giant in the restaurant. So they give you like a tiny table and all the foods, and they bring you like a little tiny Thanksgiving dinner. Wouldn't that be fun?
I love that. I love like miniature stuff.
Can I pitch you guys a name of the restaurant?
Yes.
I'd love to hear it.
Holy fuck, you're a giant.
Simple.
Okay.
Simple and straightforward.
Okay,
I could see that working for like a few weeks in Koreatown in LA. Like that's as long as any restaurant lasts in this town.
And then how sad are you if you're the server on the shift where no one comes in at holy fuck, you're a giant, and you're just sitting there with all the little food. Oh, it's Clinton Trucks, and he's in the stream, guys. What were you going to say?
I wanted to pitch a name for the restaurant where you're a giant.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Tall order.
Tall order.
Very strong.
Tall glass of water.
All right. That's our show for tonight. We've the show where we get together and come up with a business idea. So we'll see you next week.
Nailed it.
Clinton Trucks did it. Tall order. We've got it. We've got our idea. Now it's time to play some Call of Cthulhu. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Then I shall sing. I just told you I can't sing. Then I shall just quote from The King in Yellow.
Sing.
Okay, I'll try to sing it. Okay? But this is supposed to be creepy, Roz. I'm supposed to get us into kind of a creepy mood.
Okay.
Along the shore, the cloud waves break. The twin suns sink behind the lake. The shadows lengthen in Carcosa. Strange is the night where black stars rise, and strange moons circle through the skies. But stranger still is lost Carcosa. Songs that the Hyades shall sing, where flap the tatters of the king, must die unheard in dim Carcosa. That is a quote from the insidious, monstrous play, The King in Yellow. And now I shall give our players a recap. Last time, Dr. Ruprecht Reuter, a German-born medical man who administers to the fallen women of the Montmartre district of Paris, and his two companions, two cabaret dancers, Candice Rodriguez and Christine Delphine, were looking for their friend Camilla Borbeau. Camilla Borbeau is a fellow dancer, a sometimes perhaps sex worker, who lived alone in a little garret apartment in the Montmartre, and she hadn't been seen for a week. Everybody started to worry about her. They went to her apartment to investigate where she might have ended up, and they found several clues. One, they found a strange play kind of hidden back behind one of the baseboards, the play entitled The King in Yellow. They also found an invitation to a very high-class salon being thrown by the local salon impresario, Madame Castaigne, a woman who brings different artists into her mansion to sample their creativity. They found proof that our friend Camilla Borbeau had been drawn or sketched by a local artist named Gory Thale, a man from Britain that was currently staying in the Montmartre neighborhood of Paris. And they also found some connection, a flyer to a cabaret called at the Café Serune, run by a kind of a grimy character named Andre Aldones. So those were the three kind of clues they found, or four clues that they found. Your characters decided to investigate the salon of Madame Castaigne. Dr. Ruprecht Reuter, lacking a costume, snuck in the back, while Candice and our friend Christine went in the front in full costume and attended the party. And you found out that, Candice and Christine found out by listening carefully to Madame Castaigne, they were talking about some woman who is gone now. Presumably your friend Camilla, and it seemed very suspicious. It seemed as if she was talking as if she had murdered her or something horrible had been befallen your friend Camilla. Meanwhile, Dr. Reuter came across a strange masked individual when he looked out the very conspicuous window that looks out on the garden, and using paraffin. It was a huge window, and it demanded looking out of. Using paraffin and a lamp, he sort of set a stairwell on fire and put the masked figure into a ball of flame, and then our characters fled the scene. Roz, your character, Candice Rodriguez, got out the front door safely, but unfortunately, Christine Delphine and Dr. Reuter decided to jump from the window out into the garden. took a huge amount of damage. Presumably your legs were like at least sprained or fractured. And that is when the still burning figure of the masked man with the knife started following you out into the garden. And the last thing that we saw was that he grabbed onto our poor friend Christine Delphine. He raised his knife to bring it down. And so let's begin there. Christine Delphine. Look, that's a great scream. Christine Delphine, what would you do in this moment? I'm going to let you have one roll, but just tell me what you'd like to try, and we'll figure out how to roll it.
I can't believe I forgot this last stream, but hey, we're going to start this stream off with a bang because I'm pulling out my pocket revolver.
Great. That's a great idea.
I said, mon Dieu, j'ai oublié mon revolver. But I have a gun. I'm pulling out my gun and I'm just going to shoot it backwards, hopefully into the friggin' brains of this mystery man.
That sounds good. I'll tell you what I'll do. Since you're kind of on the ground and he has you and he has a knife out, I tell you what, it seems like he's very close range and it would be hard to miss. So why don't you take a bonus die? And what that means is roll the tens part of your roll twice. Does that make sense? So the little number that's like the tens part, the 10, 20, 30, 40, you can roll that twice and take the one that's better. How much is your pistol skill on your sheet?
My pistol skill. I can't find it. Weapon, maybe. Weapon.
I have it right here.
Help me. Firearms. There we go. 40.
There's 40. Okay, so you have to roll under 40, but you get 2 tens dice to give this a shot.
Okay, I rolled 24 and 39, so both are under.
Both are under, so your 24 is...
24 and 34 then.
Yeah, you rolled well. So you rolled a 24 and a 34, and so you lean back and you fire into this masked man who is currently still kind of immolating. He has fire coming off of him, and when you do that, you do your damage. Your damage for your pocket revolver is a D6. Do you have a D6, or should I roll one for you?
I have a D6.
Hit it.
6, mama.
Holy shit. Okay.
Mama pajama.
I'm gonna roll. You pull your gun back. You fire it right into him. He takes 6 damage. Let me mark that down here on the notes. Okay, and he, however, doesn't take a round to see. He doesn't roll Constitution to see if he falls down. He just takes the 6 damage. And I'll tell you what. If you can make a dex roll right now, that gunshot was enough to, like, he's loosened his grip. Okay. So if you can give me a dexterity roll right now, you get free.
Okay. Oh, come on, honey. Come on.
Do it.
My dex is 50. I rolled a 49.
There it is. Okay, so you blast him. You notice that he's let go of you, and you start crawling a little faster. Doctor, you may also take an action now if you'd like. You okay. Guys are in a kind of a large mansion's garden. There's like a fountain ahead of you, and then there are garden walls on either side, and beyond the fountain, many different plantings of roses and things like that. You could kind of go get lost out in that, or you could try for the walls.
I see. So in this moment, our friend, the mysterious assailant with the mask on, is at present on fire and discombobulated by having been shot with a pocket revolver of Fraulein Delphine.
Yes, and if you'd like, you can look back closely at him and see how the gun has affected him.
Yes, could I would like to do this, is to have cast I think you say a weather eye over the burning creature to try and determine anything about it and why it is so fucking resistant to being set on fire in a stairwell but moments ago.
Okay, so you look back and you see that there's a big chunk out of the mask where the pocket revolver blasted the man and there's blood weeping, dark crimson, almost black blood weeping out of a hole in the mask as it's holding itself. There's something about it that seems strange, though. The mask seems like it doesn't seem like broken. It seems like fleshy where the bullet has pierced it.
Oh, I don't like that at all. And then in classic old-fashioned, slightly patronizing masculine fashion, I would like to grasp Fraulein Delphine under the elbow or some sort of appropriate position on her body that is the sort of thing that I do, and grab and come quickly, we must go.
Yes,
Go,
Doctor. Let us run.
I resist the temptation to shake her for no clear reason because I think she is hysterical. But yes, we go at top speed. Los Gates.
Very good. So it seems to me that if you'd like to just take a turn to kind of protect her and grab her, you guys can run to the wall, or you can run deeper into the garden. And by run, I mean limp as quickly as possible.
Yes, swift limping. So
where are you taking her?
Let me see. So I am going to gamble, I think, on the possibility. Now. Aha. I believe that early on this very evening, I entered the rear of the building via a sort of servant's door and things like that. That gave me a little snoop through the back garden, perhaps.
Yes.
Is there anything that I saw that was, or do I have an inkling of what lies towards the rear of the garden?
The rear of the garden, I mean, like I said, it's like there's a bunch of plantings of different roses and daffodils and different beautiful flowers. And then it doesn't, I would say probably 100 feet back, end of the garden. But instead of a wall, there's kind of a lower gate that leads kind of out into like the woods and the trees back behind it. Yeah.
Yes. I see. Okay. So, So there is the inkling is that there are woods and trees out the back there. It is not an alleyway. It's not a more populous area.
No, you're on the outskirts now. You're out in the 16th, which is a very wealthy arrondissement of Paris at this time. So there is some land that is wooded.
I know.
Should I shoot him again? Should I shoot him, Doctor?
I think that would be a good idea in due course, but I'm sorry that I'm wasting your time asking all these questions about the geography.
No, it's okay. It's quite all right. You need to know what the lay of the land is. So,
yes.
Where would you like to limp to, Doctor?
I think we should head towards. I think we should head away towards the sort of left, towards the side of the building, and see if we can get back to the street. I don't fancy wandering in the woods. We are so far away from our friend Candice.
So when the doctor turns the both of you toward, like, kind of going around the building, you realize that the building has suddenly gone up, and now it is a full inferno. That happened quickly, I know, but it is happening. So balls of fire are currently billowing, not just out of, like, the door you came out of, but also out of that upper window that you jumped out of, and the whole thing is catching fire. So you may certainly try to limp around the side of the building back to the street, but you will be risking the flames a little bit. Now, you won't be like walking directly through billowing flame, but there's a chance part of the wall could fall or like some fire could come out. Yeah, you're going back toward a dangerous building is my point. So would you like to take that risk?
I think I would, because I do not wish to be too far away from Fraulein Rodriguez. I think we will attempt to skirt around the flames.
Doctor,
very good.
It's a good idea, and I leave it up to you, because the last time I made a decision, it was to jump out a fucking window, and I do not think that was such a good idea now that I look back. So I'm trusting you.
I salute your buccaneering spirit, but in a very real sense, yes, it's probably best we don't jump out of any more windows.
So let's go back to let's just say that the doctor and Christine Delphine, they start to head over. There's like this kind of little cement path that goes around the side of the house, and it's kind of up against like some shrubs and like a little fence, and there are windows along this little path, and those windows are kind of like you can feel heat and see smoke billowing out of them, but maybe it'll be safe. You have to go through these clouds of smoke, and so we'll leave them for a second as they dive into these clouds of smoke. And let's go to Candice Rodriguez. Candice, you probably made the smartest choice and just ran out of the front door of the house.
Stop it.
Well, I don't want to flatter you too much, but you're not in any kind of danger of burning right now, so that's good. You're standing in front of the house. You're down on the street already. The whole thing is going up with flames. You hear people screaming inside, and you see some silhouettes making it out. Some people fleeing the house that actually escaped that really creepy, weird party you all were at. You can tell me if there's anything you'd like to do. Like, do you flee to safety somewhere far away? Do you try to make out who's like running, who's escaping the house, who made it out? Are you waiting for your friends? You let me know.
Yeah, I think I want to be reunited with my friends.
Very good. Okay. Excellent. So you are waiting patiently for your friends to come. And I will just ask you to make one spot hidden roll as you stand here.
Okay. I got 9.
That's a really, really good spot hidden
Very
roll.
good roll.
And your spot hidden skill is normally just a 25, so I think you should check that.
Wait a second. Wait, what am...
That's okay. You can ask. Right. Ask me whatever you need to ask.
Okay. So I'm using a dice roller. Mm-hmm. Which one do I choose again?
So you do the 10-sided, the one that has a 10 on it. And it's really, you just roll it twice, and the left one's the 10s die and the right one's the 1s die.
Okay. So I got a 9.
You did get a 9 because you rolled like a 10 and a 10 and a 9, or what did you roll?
Wait, I forget how to do this. I'm sorry.
That's
Last time was
okay.
my first time.
Of course, it's quite all right. So let's just make sure we get this right. So if you roll the 10-sided die twice and you get like a 6 and a 7, you got a 67.
Okay, I just did it over again because I'm confused.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
So I have a 2 and a 9. So is that 29?
You got a 29.
Okay.
You got a 29. So you can get this roll if you spend some luck, because you have a 25 spot hidden. So if you spend 4 luck, you can get this roll.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Yeah, you have a luck. That's okay. You have a luck score in the middle of your sheet. Would you like to spend 4 points of it?
Sure.
Yeah, so you'll cut your luck down by 4 points, and I have your luck score right here. I think I had you at 68 before, so if you go down by 4, you'll be down to 64, and you'll succeed at this spot hidden roll I asked you to make.
Okay.
Okay, so all of that to say, you see silhouettes fleeing the house, and one of them definitely belongs to the hunched, swine-like form of the runner of the Café C'est Ruiné, André Aldonnet. You notice that he escaped. The pig man. And now let's go back to our friends. You are running through smoke with your legs are hurt. The house is on fire. I would just like hard dexterity rolls from both of you.
Oh. Scheiße.
Come on. Oh, that's a critical fail. I got 10 and 4.
Okay.
Yes, I also.
Wait, is that 14 or is that 100?
A 10 and 4 is 14. Yeah, you did. You actually got maybe. So your dexterity, Christine, is a 50. Success. It's a hard success.
All right.
I'm afraid to say that I failed quite spectacularly.
Oh, okay, great. Okay.
So I rolled a 74 against a 24.
That's bad. Okay, so Candice, you're watching the house, and suddenly Christine comes kind of loping across the lawn. You definitely detect her silhouette, and you see her face lit up by fire for a second. But Doctor, I'm afraid that you are once again in danger. You stumble. You get Christine clear of the house.
I'll save you, Doctor.
And that's when the window that you are near shatters open and a ball of fire comes exploding out of it. Doctor, you can make a dodge roll or a hard dexterity roll to avoid this ball of fire.
Okay, then I will endeavor to do a dodge roll. Dodge just at a regular. Is this okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Nope.
Okay.
That was an
Doctor?
80. That was real bad. In fact, can I push?
You should. Tell me how you're pushing.
I'm literally pushing Christine Delphine out of the way of all of this stuff. She's fine. She does not need the help. But as I shove her, she's already dancing away on her dancer's legs, and
Yes.
I overbalance in my attempt to push her, and also myself perhaps fall out of the way of the burning stuff. Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
That I do. 26 against the 44.
26, you do it. So yeah, the doctor comes kind of rolling down the hill, down the lawn. Christine nimbly, as he says, dances across the lawn, but the doctor comes like rolling out. So a nice chance to push, and you are all kind of sitting there at the edge of the lawn in front of this, conflagration when you hear like ding, 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 and you see fire carriages coming around the bend.
Merci Dieu! Please come help and save us, firemen and women.
Okay, very good. So there is a Paris Fire Brigade even at this stage in the history, and so soon the Paris Fire Brigade is pulling up in these horse-drawn carriages, and they're getting hoses and buckets, and they have these big kind of vats of water on the back of their carriages, and they are trying to save the home of Madame Castaigne. And because Christine has said, "Hello, help me, save me," people are taking Candace and Christine, whether they've asked for help or not. These people are trying to save you and help you and kind of put you onto these carriages to kind of put a blanket over you. You can say, "Leave me alone," or you can kind of go with them if you'd like.
Well, I mean, I do not want to leave the doctor. Hello.
The doctor they are oddly ignoring at the moment, maybe because he's laying face down on the lawn after that kind of barrel roll he did. But you may all decide whether you want to go with these sort of these firefighters, or you want to kind of disappear into the night, or a third thing I haven't thought of.
Well, now I am very untrustworthy of pretty much anyone, so should we trust these fire people?
I don't think so.
I
say we stay.
There's something to be said for surrounding ourselves with other people that will help to their safety in some numbers, perhaps. They will be less willing to attack us in broad daylight, although this is an
unless the fire people try to attack us.
Well, that is possible. Yes, that is. I suppose that is possible. Certainly. If the events of the last half an hour have taught us anything, it is that the world that as we knew it is very different to the one we now find ourselves inhabiting.
The one member of the fire brigade is, "Madame, please, I will fetch a doctor for you."
Well, I have a doctor. This doctor saved my life, and I owe him everything.
Very well, madame. And then they're back about the business of getting this fire under control.
Would I be able to do some first aid, perhaps, of some description on Mademoiselle Delphine?
That sounds like a very good idea. And if you guys are kind of taking 10 and doing some first aid, you can also check the skills to see if your skills get better, the ones that you checked during our last session. So first, let's have the doctor roll his first aid skill on Christine Delphine.
Oh, fuck me. Nah, I missed. Can I push?
You can. How would you... I know. I'm going to say it takes a long time. Is that okay? So you're out here in front of this burning house for a while. Okay, very good.
Then I can roll again?
You may, yes.
Yeah, okay. This time is much better. Yes, I passed successfully.
Very good. In that case, please roll a D3, and that is how much HP that Christine Delphine gets back.
Yeah, that is a 3.
Merci.
Not only that, Christine Delphine, I'm not going to make it harder for you to like run or anything right now. Like he's bound your foot so that you're not like kind of limping quite as much. But now there are members of the Guardians of the Peace, the Paris police force, which was only recently introduced, walking about, milling about, looking at the house. And several of them notice Candace standing with the doctor who is healing up Christine's foot. Oh, we forgot to improve your skills. Did anybody have a checked skill?
Yeah.
Yes. Hell yeah.
If you have a checked skill, we're going to try to roll over it. That's how you improve skills. We're going to try to roll over instead of under. So, Doctor, what are you rolling to improve?
I just improved my library use by 10.
Who would have thunk it? That's amazing.
So how much does it improve by? Because my appraise was at 50, and I just rolled a 70.
And I told you to check appraise last time?
Yeah.
Okay. So you roll 1d10, and that's how much it improves by.
Cool.
Did Candace have any checks?
9.
Oh, 9. That's really good. Did Candace have any checks beside any of her skills?
I don't see any checks.
I guess
I show on my notes that Candace had checked disguise and spot hidden.
Well, there you go. You see that little box to the left of the skill, Roz? When I tell you to check it, to that it might improve later, you can roll in certain times to see if it improves. So right now, try to roll over your spot hidden. Your spot hidden's 25. It shouldn't be tough.
Okay. I got 28.
28 means that you succeeded. So now roll just 1d10 and add that much to your spot hidden.
I got 10.
So you now have a 35 spot hidden. That's pretty damn good. And disguise. Your disguise is at 40. Try to roll over 40 right now.
92? 9 and a 2.
That's way over.
That'll
so you
do it.
succeeded. You succeeded in improving it. Roll 1d10 and see how much it improves.
God, I'm good at this.
You're really good at this game. I keep telling you that.
6.
Okay, so 46 is now your disguise score.
And
so
I
you see,
also improved my listen by 6.
excellent. So that's how you get better. How your characters get better in this game. And so you've all spent some time talking to each other as the doctor kind of administers to Christine's poor twisted ankle. When suddenly these guardians of the peace, these Paris policemen, come walking up, and they're like, "Pardon, may we ask you a few questions?"
Yes, certainly, of course.
You were guests at Madame Castaigne's party? At her soirée?
Yes, that is correct.
And did you notice how the fire started?
I'm afraid not. No, we were in the salon with the other guests when all of a sudden we smelled smoke and heard the cries of the servants, and we left at the first available opportunity.
Ooh, that sounds like a lie. Why don't you roll fast talk for me, Doctor?
Oh, fuck me.
Ooh. Getting called out.
I don't really have any fast talk type skills. Would it be possible perhaps to use my language as I am perhaps I'm speaking in a foreign language at the moment?
No, someone else could try to interrupt in fast talk. I see that Candace has pretty good fast talk.
Yeah.
I have persuade. Where's my persuade? My persuade is 70.
Yes, but as we established last time, persuade usually uses truth.
Yeah.
So, Candace, if you'd like to back up the doctor's lie, you may roll fast talk.
I got 25.
A 25? That's a success.
That's
So, what do you say to them, Candace?
Oh, yeah, the fire. I don't know. you know, a lot of people were in there being like, you know, they're partying, and there were some like candles like on the wall, and I did see ladies with like really big, I think they were wigs. And you know, sometimes it can be flammable. I think it started from a wig.
Okay.
That's what I saw.
They believe you with your fast talk, and they're like, wigs, very flammable, yes. And they say, well, this is indeed a tragedy, and we shall be taking statements from everyone at headquarters. So if you would be so kind as to call upon the Guardians of the Peace tomorrow, and they hand you a card with the address of police headquarters here in Paris.
See you then.
Very good. And so if people would like, they may go and rest and regain even a little more HP, or they may set off to some other location. I will just remind you of the kind of hooks or sort of clues that you already have, just so you remember what they are. And that is that you found out about an artist named Gory Thale, who likely has a studio somewhere. You found out about the Café C'est Ruiné, run by the swine André Aldounet. And you, Doctor, found in Madame Castaigne's study a record of the destruction of the Hôtel de Ville.
Yes, that is true.
And now I will. Yes, hello.
Alors, perhaps we could go home and take a rest, and then in the morning we can meet somewhere. I know, Doctor, you do not have many, just a colloquial saying, hit point.
Yes, that is true. I am. It would behoove us all, I think, to have a little bit of a rest, and we can reassemble tomorrow.
Very good. So, very briefly, tell me about your home. Let's start with the Doctor.
My home is a little, very austere bedroom in a boarding house in the Montmartre. It is mostly, there are many books there, lots of just sort of Goethe and Schiller and German philosophers and things like this, and medical textbooks and things like that. And I return home where I take a sort of ice cold bath and castigate myself for any impure thoughts that I've had during the day.
Very good, Doctor.
And I have had plenty of them.
Doctor, for your rest, you may regain 1 hit point. Characters regain 1 hit point per day unless they have taken a major wound, which none of you did. And Doctor, I will just say also that when you lay down in your small boarding house bed, you feel a slim volume against your jacket as you remove it. The King in Yellow. Yes.
I crack it open and have a read.
No!
Oh, you do?
Of course, because all I know is this is Ein Clou.
Very good. It is Ein Clou, and Ein Clou, you begin reading. Okay, so you begin reading, and you're reading a play. There is no word for surrealist or dreamlike at this time, but so the play immediately shocks you in how kind of abstract or strange the language and situations are. But you are reading about the end of a decadent royal line who have sort of quarantined themselves in their castle, and they're holding a grand ball. And there is a mention in the play of a character named Camilla, which you find sort of troubling. And as you continue to read, you become absolutely engrossed to the point where, quite without realizing it, you suddenly come to. You kind of look up as you get to the last page, and tears are streaming down your face. please make a sanity. Or no, you just lose sanity when you read a book. Sorry.
Oh.
Here comes the sanity loss. 8 sanity is lost.
Oh, mama.
Now, oddly,
That's a real cookie book.
Yeah, and also you stayed up all night reading it and rereading it, and so you have had no rest. So please give me back that 1 HP that you've lost. You actually don't actually get it back. On the other hand, because you've read it and reread it, you do get 4 Cthulhu Mythos skill points.
Oh, sick.
And you are completely obsessed with this play, and it has unshaken you. But 8 sanity points, I mean, that means that you probably have had some sort of episode. That's fun. Yes, it does. Bouts of madness. Let's roll on the. So please roll an intelligence roll, and you want to fail it. If you fail it, you don't go temporarily insane.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that I'm a smarty pants. I succeeded. I rolled a 53 against my 80, so I went to cuckoo bananas.
You went cuckoo bananas from reading The King in Yellow, a play with content that sort of unhinges a rational mind. And now I will roll to see what happens on the Bouts of Madness table. And the investigator explodes in a spree of violence and destruction.
Uh-oh.
That's real bad. Wait, this is it's not real time. It's a summary.
I begin with you.
Brunhilde, run! Brunhilde, run!
I'm only going to say this. I'm going to say you're reading the play, and you come to at one point and you're crying, and then you touch your hand to your tears, and it comes away red because, Doctor, your hands are covered in blood, and so is your smock. And you realize that you have somehow covered yourself in blood.
The blood is not mine.
It doesn't appear to be. I mean, you don't get that 1 HP back, but you seem to be solid and healthy.
Oh, good.
Let me ask, Candice Rodriguez, what is your apartment like?
Oh, we'll just be cliffhanging on that. There's no blood in my home.
Of course.
I live in a building with a lot of other dancers, and lots of scarves and as much sparkle as I can get in the time period.
Yes, and an old woman who used to be a dancer takes care of you all and brings you, radishes to eat and, low-calorie things, and you all are like, give me a sausage. But she tells you of the grand days of dancing for l'Empereur.
Sure.
And so, I mean, Christine, you can choose to dwell there as well, or you have your own situation. Christine, where do you...
But of course, I also live with the dancers. Just because I can afford something more, I choose not. I left that life behind. I'm
very good.
So humble.
I am. I really am.
Hashtag grateful, hashtag humble. Yeah. You guys can both take an HP back. I don't think that Candice has lost any, but I think that our friend, even though she got 3 back, she still is missing some HP, right, Christine?
I am. Yeah.
Okay, great. So you heal yourselves, and then you have an uneventful night, and the old lady, the old matron, puts a radish and some stewed spinach in front of your door, and then it is time to meet the doctor for your rendezvous.
Whew, I feel so much better after such a restful night. I hope the doctor is also feeling that way.
I do too. There's nothing like a good radish in the morning to get your day going.
So crisp.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think that the doctor asked everybody to meet at his apartments, did he not?
Of course, and we know the worst that is because we have had many venereal diseases, but currently quite healthy. Alors, so we head to the doctors.
Someone please screen cap Mary Lou saying that we've had many venereal diseases, and then we shall go to a moment where there is a knock on the boarding house door, and from his room, the doctor, because the walls are thin here, doctor. You hear your two companions knocking below and talking to the gentleman who runs the boarding house, and here you are covered in blood.
Oh, I was going to say, quick question: how covered in blood am I?
It's not. It's not.
I'm very covered.
Well, enough that it's like covering your hands. It's all over your bed and it's all over the front of your shirt. But it's not like there aren't like livers and stomachs hanging from your ceiling or anything.
Sure.
It's not. Your room is not awash in blood. Although now, looking in the light of day that's coming through the slats, you can see that you did leave a little trail into your room.
Yes, I see. Very well. I go to answer the door.
Oh, very good. Okay, so yes, the master of the boarding house has let the two dancers up to your room, and you answer the door as you are. And
but I very much do. I do one of these. Oh, hi. Good morning.
Doctor,
I'm very much behind my door.
Doctor, have you been performing surgery lately? You are covered in blood.
Oh, yes, that is. I regret to tell you that I have been busy all evening with a most difficult procedure that I regret to say was not as successful as I had hoped that it would be.
Oh, mon Dieu.
What were you trying to do?
It is a very complicated process, Fraulein Rodriguez. It involves a great deal of the tying of the tubes and the removal of certain parts of the interior anatomy, but I'm afraid that the patient upon whom I was performing the procedure was not as robust as I had hoped.
Oh, doctor, I'm so sorry.
Both Christine and Candace may roll their psychology if they like. Psychology skill. I see that our friend, well, the doctor has 50, but I'm asking Candace and Christine to roll it. Oh, Candace has 50, and Christine has
10.
Only 10%.
And I failed, and that makes sense because I love the doctor. He saved my life. I think he's the most wonderful man, and of course he would be telling the truth. He would stay up all night doing surgery. Oh, doctor, I'm so sorry. You must feel so sad.
Been a most taxing morning.
Candace, how did your roll go for psychology?
I got a 35.
So Candace, you may check that, and I'm checking it for you. And Candace, you realize that the doctor is lying. I will just say, by way of options, you have all those locations and people I mentioned, and you also have an invitation to go to police headquarters and give your statements.
Well, I, for one, do not talk to cops. So I will not be going to the police station. I do not want them knowing my name. The things I do are mostly illegal. So I will not be going there. No.
Right. And I have a feeling that this doctor is not being honest about where this blood came from.
You say that
We're not going to the cops.
Perhaps.
Do you want to confront him, Candace, or do you want to kind of play it low key right now?
You know what? I don't know. What should I do? Christine, what should I do?
What? You think you do not trust the doctor?
I don't trust anybody.
But of course you trust me. We have been dancers together for so long.
Sure, and you have to have lots of trust to can't dance with each other.
It's very
for
true.
as many years as we have.
Yeah.
So I do trust you, but something shady's going on here.
Well, I am sure the doctor would have a very good reason to lie.
That's the perfect time to bring out a pug to rebuild trust. So I'm
my old friend.
Just by way of narration, I think Candace has pulled Christine aside and said, I don't think things are all in the up and up here. And Christine has said, well, we trust the doctor. And then now you must decide what to do next, everyone. Will you, doctor? Well, actually, maybe the doctor has a move here. Doctor, are you going with them to continue to investigate, or are you going to take some time for yourself?
I was going to suggest that perhaps I could catch you up. I must tidy up in here, and Brunhilde must be fed, of course.
Brunhilde, your lab assistant?
My pet dog. You have seen her before, I believe.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Here she is, from behind the door.
Just making sure there weren't any other women in your life.
I put her back behind the door. But here she is, safe and sound, as you can see.
Oh, bonjour, Brunhilde. Such a nice girl. Such a nice doctor. We'll see you later, doctor.
Of course. Close the door.
So, I will say that the girls, Christine and Candace, you guys can make some sort of investigation while the doctor cleans up a little bit. So, where would you like to go? What would you like to look into? You're still worried about your friend Camilla, and probably doubly so after what you saw last night, which is what you saw was a horrible, terrible party where you overheard people talking about a woman who is gone now, which you assumed was your dear friend. So tell me, what would you look into next? That artist, Andre Aldonay, or another thing I haven't thought of?
Alors, I still want to find Camilla. They say she is gone. Do you think she is dead?
No.
No.
I have faith that she's still alive.
Merci Dieu. So do I. Alors,
don't forget that I'm a little bit psychic.
Right.
And in fact, if you would like right now, Roz, Candace could roll her psychic ability and see if she can get in touch with Camilla.
Yes, Candice, perhaps your spiritual abilities can tell us where we should look next.
Yes. Okay, so we really have to focus. We have to really set our intention. We are trying to find where she is, and I need your energy to help me. All right, let me roll.
I'm trying my best.
I got a 69.
Okay, so that's 29 over your skill, which is 40.
Damn it, I'm not seeing her.
Would you like to push? Meaning, you tell me how you try harder and you can roll again, but if you fail a second time, something horrible happens.
All right, I'm going for it. I have faith in my... You know, when I'm right with my psychic abilities, I'm right. Okay? It's not... it doesn't happen that often, but when I'm right, I'm right. Okay? So let's see. Let's focus.
Yes, Candice.
I got a 73.
Oh. So this means something horrible happens. And so what I will say happens is, you know, perhaps Candace takes you over to a little wooded area, a little curb in Paris where there are some bushes and the shade of a tree, and she tries to set intention and contact your dear friend Camilla. Where is she? And suddenly, Candace, your mind is filled with a vision of a landscape where there are two suns in the sky, but they give off no light, and you see an enormous lake spreading out with black water lapping a gray shore, and something is moving inside the lake. And beyond that, you see a palace, and the palace seems to be in ruin. It's crumbling. Pieces of it, as you watch, are kind of coming apart, and behind all of it, there is a robed figure, a masked figure moving toward you, moving toward your mind, Candace, and that is when you must make a sanity roll.
Okay. I got a 49.
A 49. And your sanity Miss Candace Rodriguez, is a 58 currently, so you succeed. So you take 0 sanity loss from this very strange vision that you've got. But the last thing you see, we'll call this success with a cost. The last thing you see is a hotel on fire. At first, it's Madame Castaigne's mansion, and then it morphs into a hotel that is burning, an enormous, beautiful turn of the 19th century Paris building, a late 18th century building burning, and you seem to think you might recognize it.
I'm seeing a brand new hotel building burning.
Perhaps, Candice, this is Hotel de Ville that we heard about. The one that caught flame and burned down.
Should we go there?
I think that must be where we go. Your clairvoyance has taken us there. Let us go right now.
Now, again, I'm not always right, but this I saw. I saw a burning hotel.
I trust you implicitly with my whole heart.
Okay.
You are my
Very
best
good.
friend.
Very good. And so you guys head off to the Hotel de Ville, which is the place that the communards burnt to the ground when the French army returned just 2 years ago in 1870. So you head off. It's a cold day in Paris, but you head off to the ruins of the Hotel de Ville. Meanwhile, the doctor, are you cleaning yourself up, doctor?
Yes. I'm making myself nice and clean again.
Very good. There is a knock at the door, at your the door of your room again.
I go to the door. Click.
You're
Hello?
kind of surprised by who you see there, but there is a man. He is in a good traveling suit. He's a black man in his 50s, and he is kind of holding like a notepad and a tiny pencil when he looks up at you and sees you, and he's like, Dr. Reuter?
Yes, that is my name, and to whom do I have the pleasure of making the acquaintance?
My name is Roy Kavitz, and you can make a spot hidden roll for me.
Certainly I shall. Oh, whatever it is, I don't spot it, baby.
Okay, no problem. I'll just tell you that he sort of kind of is like looking past you into your apartment.
Can I help you, Mr. Kavitz? What brings you to my abode?
Yes, I understand that you were at the burning. He has an American accent. Do you understand English? I don't think you do. Then he is
yes,
speaking French. Oh, you do? You do understand
I speak
English.
a little bit of English, just a little
He's
bit.
like, English? Okay. He's saying...
Yeah, I speak English real good, I say. My English is not
you were
quite as
at
good as
the police told me that you were at the fire last night?
Yes, that is correct.
I believe that well, I've been working for the police in some capacity. I'm a member of the Neptune Society. Have you heard of us? And he shows you that he has a little trident badge on his lapel.
Have I heard of the Neptune Society?
Make a no roll. You just roll your education.
Oh, I critically failed. Yes,
You've
I know the Neptune Society. That is the one where you all get together to talk about Greek gods and Roman gods and things. Is this correct? You kiss in the showers. Is that the right one I'm thinking of?
Not well. It's close. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He says, "Listen, Doctor. To be very frank with you, to be completely above board, we are looking for a book that has been disseminating throughout the city. in French, entitled King in Yellow. I traced the originator. I believe there might have even been a printing press somewhere inside her house to Madame Castaigne, who has, of course, passed in the conflagration. But I wondered if you perhaps... Can I come in, sir?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, are you, you're just lying, right?
I'm rolling my sanity, and I did not succeed. I don't want the man to have my special book.
Very good. He's like, yes, well, did you happen to, have you come across this book at all?
What is this book's name?
It's entitled King in Yellow. It's, an anarchist tract. It's, favored by the communards. It's been...
I don't have much truck with anarchists, Mr. Kavitz. I am a veteran of the War of 1870. I am a firm believer in that there is an order that is passed down from heaven, which places the king and the queen at the top of the family, and all of us are their children.
Yes. He's going to roll something. Okay. Well, thank you, Doctor. If you do come across this book or hear of somebody passing it out or selling it, you can contact me at the headquarters of the police.
Certainly, Mr. Kavitz. I will endeavor to make you my first port of call if I should have any knowledge of said tome.
And sorry to bother you so early in the morning.
Oh, not at all. I'm a light sleeper.
And he heads down the stairs. Let's go to the ruins of the Hotel de Ville. You all arrive. It is a cold day in November. The sky is white. The hotel burned down 2 years ago, but they have yet to rebuild it. And so you are looking at the skeleton of a grand old building. It was extremely huge. In fact, the government was centered there at one point. So it had many offices and rooms, but now it is this big kind of empty kind of frame, and you can kind of walk right into it. Yes, there it is after the burning. Thank you so much, Clinton Trucks. And you may go in and look around if you like.
Yes, I think I want to just go and look and see if I see anything that catches my eye.
Very good. Tell me what skills you'd use as you look around in there. You can pick something. There are not really many people around in this sort of burnt husk of a building. So
I
probably
use history.
Very good. Roll your history for me.
Oh, and I fail.
Very good. If you'd like to push it, you could just spend a lot of time here, hang out for a while, or do something else that would, make maybe you could tell me that would maybe make it successful, or you could decide not to push it because that comes with risk, of course.
Of course I'm going to push it. Yes, I like to think really hard back to my days. I do not like to think about my days at l'université. But I will think about it, think back really hard, and perhaps I will roll better. And I roll worse.
Okay, so what I'm going to rule is that our friend Christine, there's some kind of detail about, she read about what happened to this hotel at one point, and she can't quite pick it up. So what Christine starts doing, Candace, in front of you, is kind of pushing away like heavy old pieces of wood that look kind of dangerous and climbing onto things that look like they might not support her weight, and basically taking a lot of risks that might be dangerous for her. And because she failed her pushed roll, she thinks that she's figured it out when she starts going down some old rickety wooden stairs that were definitely damaged by the fire. And that's when they give out and she falls. And Candace, you watch as she falls into the darkness, and you hear a splash.
Ooh.
Christine!
Mon Dieu! I'm wet!
Christine, okay, what happened last night at the party? How did that end?
You're right. I should not keep wandering off wherever my stupid brain tells me to go. I'm just so impulsive. I'm just spontaneous, you know. I'm just one of those girls who's like so spontaneous. I'm sorry, but now I'm floating in this water, I think. Or perhaps I landed in a puddle.
Yes, so what you realize is that you are in a tunnel. And this tunnel was intentionally built, Christine. You only have like a little bit of that gray light kind of filtering in from where you fell through the steps. But you are in a tunnel that was intentionally built. It's like kind of a brick tunnel. And you're not sure where it leads, but it seems to be kind of like a passage that was built under this hotel to go somewhere. It looks like it leads off like to another part of the city, maybe like across the big boulevard that the hotel sits on. But it has filled with water somehow.
Oh, Candice, I'm in a tunnel. Should I just follow it? Should I just go? Wouldn't that be crazy? No, I won't. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be more responsible. It's not my strong suit. Is there any way for me to get back up?
Yes. Yeah, if you'd like to have Candice, if Candice can help you, you guys could roll just a hard climb roll, or you could roll a hard strength roll to pull her up, Candice.
Okay, I'll roll a strength.
Okay, and it's hard, so that means Candice's strength is 50. You have to roll 25 or under.
I got 36.
It's just too tough. So you fail, and unless you make a dex roll for me right now, you're falling in with her.
Uh-oh. 87.
That's a fail. And so trying to yank your friend Delphine, Christine Delphine, up out of the hole, you fall in as well, and now you're both down in the water, in the cold, cold water. And I can't stress enough how cold it is. In fact, it's so cold. Both of you, please make a Constitution roll.
Oof. Do not like the cold. Failed.
I got a 10 and a 9. Remind me what that is?
19.
A 10 and a 9 would be a 19, so that's a success for you, Candice. But our poor friend Christine Delphine, who's a bit more delicate, takes 2 damage just from exposure. Where are you on HP right now, Christine Delphine?
I'm at 8.
8, okay. So
yes, I took French in high school.
Yes, very good. So it looks like the climbing back up. You could keep trying, or you could follow the passageway. I am not trying to lead you to. Well, I am trying to lead you to the passageway, but you can be defiant players and go, "Fuck that! There's monsters down there. We're climbing back up, and I will respect that." So, would you like to try to climb back out, or would you like to try to swim along the passage, wade along the passage?
Well, perhaps this is what we were meant to find here, right? With your clairvoyance.
Yeah, I mean, the water, I'm getting used to the coldness of it. It would probably be easier than climbing up with a bunch of wet clothes. So I guess maybe we should just keep wandering down here.
All right, let's just go. Just so you know, though, I am going to complain about how cold it is the entire time.
Oh, don't worry. I
so cold.
Had a feeling you would.
It's November and I'm so cold. I'm wet. And
I have to tell you, though, my psychic abilities get even worse when I'm cold.
Oh, no. I don't have any psychic abilities at all.
You wade along the passage for, maybe 100 yards. And then you come to a place where it looks like part of the ceiling of the passage has caved in. And it is impossible just to walk, but you can still feel that it hasn't completely blocked the passage and that it is possible to swim through a small aperture that is ahead of you. It is now completely dark. There is no light permeating from above, and I don't know if you all would keep matches on you or a lantern, but it was ruined when you fell into the drink. So it is completely dark, and you hear dripping everywhere. Blip, 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 blip,
Are
blip.
you fucking serious? I am talking to God? What the fuck? Are we going to have to swim underwater in pitch black where we do not know what's on the other side, and perhaps there are monsters? What have I done in life to deserve this? I'm a good person. I'm a good person. I'm a good girl. I don't deserve this.
I mean, I'm a decent person, but I don't think I deserve this either.
Cold.
Again, I'll say as your game master, you can say, fuck this, no way, not doing it, and I totally respect that. We can roll some climb rolls, get you out of here. You can go try a different line of investigation, or right now you could try just getting through the passage and see where it leads. It's up to you.
The thing about Christine is actually can't say no to a true adventure. Alors, I'm going in, Candice.
Okay, I'll go with you.
Very good. Both of you may roll swim. I want you to know that this isn't a succeed or die roll. It just kind of, because swim starts at 20, and I don't think you have anything higher than that. Neither of you have some swim skill. Try to roll 20 or under, and just let me know how it goes. But it's not like you're going to drown if you fail it.
I got 71.
Mm-hmm.
I got 1, and then I got a 10.
Whoa! So you got 10. So you did roll under it. Check your swim skill. And I want you to know that these two ladies with their full gowns billowing behind them swim, Christine, gracefully, like a seal, goes through the aperture, the opening, and pulls Candace behind her. You suddenly realize
about mermaids.
You suddenly realize that there is light above you. There's light coming through the water above you.
Swim towards the light, Candice.
Yes, thank you. Roz realizes that dialogue given underwater definitely sounds like this.
Yeah.
Light, Candice.
Definitely.
Christine and Candace surface all of a sudden, and they realize that this is not any longer the place that they were. That in fact they are in the center of an enormous lake of black water. The landscape is totally changed. Above them, 2 suns hang in the sky, giving off no light. Beyond that, a crooked, crumbling palace on the shore of the Black Lake. And this is so impossible. It's so inconceivable that both characters need to roll sanity right now.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I saw a vision like
Crazy
this.
Town. Sorry, apologies.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, sanity.
Rolled a 13.
Wait,
Nice.
what do I have to? Wait, I got a 67. What do I? What?
So you rolled over. So in this case, you lose sanity, my friend Candace Rodriguez. So first, let's deal with Christine, who succeeded. Christine, even with a success, you lose 1 sanity. I rolled a D4 for you. Candace, seeing this, realizing that you apparently are no longer in Paris, that the entire landscape has changed, but in particular, the thing that really breaks you is when you see something swoop overhead like a buzzard, but it has membranous wings like a bat, and it's very large. That's the thing that really breaks your mind for a moment, and you take 1d10 sanity loss. Here it comes.
Everybody going crazy, baby.
Candace, you lose 7 sanity. That brings you down to 57. And
a lot better than me.
that means you must roll now an intelligence roll for me. And if you succeed, then I have to roll on that table again to see what your sanity loss reaction is.
Candace lost a fair bit of sanity last session. I actually have her at 51.
51. Thank you, Clinton Trucks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
cheers,
51.
Clint.
So, how'd you do? Did you roll?
I got 10 and a 4, so 14.
14 on your intelligence, so you succeed, which is bad. That means you realize fully what is happening to you. And here we go, where you're going to find out.
That's the one you want to miss.
Yeah, that's the one you want to miss.
Sweet dummies don't understand what's happening to them.
Bouts of madness, real time. Let's see what happens to Candace Rodriguez. 6. Faint. So, you drag Candace up to the surface, and you're both swimming there, and you're looking at this alternate world you've entered, and Candace sees this thing fly overhead, and you see Candace go, and then go under the water again.
Candace!
Oh, no.
But first, I want to grab her. I want to drag her.
Meanwhile, in Paris, Doctor, what would you like to do next?
So, well, let's see. I think I have spent the morning in my ablutions and have managed to wash most of the blood off my hands and face and body and everywhere else. So let me think. How is this to be the most useful use of my time? I would quite like to catch up to the others in some way. But I think that
if that's what you're trying to do,
no,
if that's what you're trying to do, you can
know where they have gone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was not privy to that information, so I think that I am most interested in. Remind me, Herr the Keeper. Who is the writer of this marvelous play which I have just read?
It is uncredited. There is no authorial line. It is credited to nobody.
Oh, I would so wish to converse with the man or woman who has written this marvelous tome.
It's written in exquisite French. You know, because you talked to Candace and Christine upon exiting the mansion last night, that Andre Aldonnet is still around.
Yes. Then I think I will go to the Café Saint-Ruiné.
Very good.
If I can meet him.
In a less prosperous, even than your boarding houses, section of the Montmartre, you come across the Café Saint-Ruiné. The cafe barely has any signage. It's kind of scrawled on the side of the building, kind of inconspicuously. They don't necessarily want everyone to walk in to try to have a good time. You get to the door and you see an enormous man, scarred, wearing rags, and he tells you that you must pay for entrance.
Certainly. How much is it? I'm here to party.
A half franc.
Half a franc. Oh, yes, okay. I think I have that. My credit rating is not so bad. Yes, certainly. Here you go, my friend.
He says, no touching the performers, no exposing yourself during the performance, and any kind of substance that you would like to imbibe must be done in the bar.
Sure.
Any
that sounds
kind
groovy.
of substance.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down, baby. And then let me cross your palm with a silver. And I put the coin into his hand.
Really?
I do that thing where you like close his hand up.
When you do that, he motions to someone inside and then ushers you in, and you are in a really gross bar area with 3 stools. That's all there's room for. A cabinet of absinthe and different liquors behind, a hairless man, very kind of pink, sitting behind the bar, and then beyond him is a curtain, and ostensibly the showroom. Actually, there's a sign showroom through the curtain. But when you realize that the bouncer gestured to the man behind the bar, and he is like, "You partake of the puppy."
I've been known to ride the naughty dragon.
Okay.
But hey, listen.
No.
Nobody's here to have.
3 franc. 3 franc for a taste. 3 franc for a taste. 5 franc for a party.
Now, that is interesting because you know that I'm not here for any of that weak shit you give to the tourists, mein Freund.
So, are you going to pay? The show is starting soon.
I tell you what.
Watch the show. It's a benefit of the job.
Yes, I can only imagine. I reach into my pocket and crinkle, bring out. I bring out. I don't know. Let's say a 10 franc note, and I slap it on the bar, and I'm like, "Keep them coming."
He takes you around the bar to the door behind the bar, and you find yourself in a storeroom. But then there's another door that comes open, and beyond that, there are people sitting on kind of stained mattresses. Some of them half disrobed, and they are all smoking opium.
Cool. I'm like, nice. I like this place, man. This is cool. Hey, is Andre in today?
Yes, monsieur. Would you like to speak with the proprietor?
Yeah. That would be good. Sure. Why not?
I will see if he is available. The show does begin soon. And he goes out of the opium den, which is literally covered in a cloud of thick mist as people sit dreaming. What a beautiful fragrant scent. Now, I don't believe that the doctor himself partakes normally.
Yeah, but there's a first time for everything, is there not? That is what I have learned over the past 24 hours. I'm still insane, right? I mean, I'm not. I haven't sanitied up.
Actually, it is up to you. So you took a bout of madness summary, and what we found out is that something violent happened with you that you don't remember. Now, that you can choose as the player to continue being kind of mad, or you can choose to play your character a different way. It's up to you.
You know, I think I've come this far being slightly mad at this moment in time. So
yes,
to suddenly be like, oh, actually, I've changed I'm a good boy. I will. I think I better roll with it, man. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Then you partake of the opium. Someone passes you this enormous pipe, and you partake of it. And right now, you're going to make a Constitution roll for me.
Yep. Constitution. Oh, yeah, I passed hard.
Oh, very good. Then even though you are kind of hazy, you still have control of yourself. So things are moving kind of in slow motion. Shouts are now whispers, but you can control yourself and act if you wish. Soon, the kind of unshaven, piggish face of Andre Aldonais is in front of you. Suddenly, it's in front of you, and he's like, "Hello, I don't believe I've made your acquaintance."
Herr Aldonais, it is the pleasure that is all mine. And I hold out my hand to give him a handshake, but in a very whoa, I'm touching
I can't
your face.
see you've sampled my wares. Some of the best in Paris, no?
Certainly the best I've ever had, and that's no lie.
Oui. Will you be taking in the show, monsieur? It starts shortly.
I believe that's why we are all here, is it not?
Well, some of these friends, They're here for the show that only happens in this room. Why did you ask to meet me, monsieur?
I believe we have a mutual friend. A writer. A writer of words and ideas, weaver of dreams and magic.
Monsieur, are you speaking of the writer of a certain work of drama?
Let us just say, I too bend the knee to His Majesty.
Ah ha ha! Monsieur, you will love today's cabaret. It is inspired by his work. You must sit in the seat of honor. Come! And now he is pulling your hand back out into the bar and through into the showroom.
Very well. I allow myself to be pulled along.
He pulls you down through the aisles. It's a very small theater. You see what look like derelicts and perverts, a smattering of them sitting in the aisles, a woman who seems half asleep. And then he pulls you onto the stage and sits you on a throne. And then he's like, you will play the role of the king himself, monsieur. And he puts a little crown on your head.
Cool, even in my eyesight.
And now, visitors to the Café Saint-Rouenet, I present today's cabaret, a show that proves that Paris has not been through a revolution. Paris is revolution. It is always crumbling. It is always on fire. Paris is a revolution. I present to you the dance of the yellow sign. Suddenly, from a side door, come like these ladies, and they're like in like these kind of like gold sparkling crowns and like skimpy sparkling kind of like robes, and they're doing like kind of a version of the can. And you are a little too messed up to notice, but many of them look like they might be under the effects of opium as well. Their dancing is not perfect can form, Candace and Christine. You would not approve of their abilities. And they're sort of dancing wildly, and you're looking out at the stage. Would you like to do anything? Someone is banging away on an out-of-tune piano somewhere off stage. Would you like to do anything, Doctor?
Do I recognize any of these dancers?
None of them are Camilla, if that's what you're asking. No, I'm afraid not.
That it is. Okay, what would I like to do? I'd like to nod my head as rhythmically as possible in time with the music.
You hear someone whispering to you from the side. Doctor! Doctor! You look over, and Andre Aldenet is like looking at you from the side of the stage, and he goes, "The author! He is in the audience!" And that is when you look up into the audience, and you see at the back of the auditorium the man in the pallid white mask. And he begins walking toward the stage slowly. And in the stage lights, you see him raise the knife again. And the people sitting in their seats are just looking at the girls and clapping and laughing. Some of them are like throwing little bits of candy and laughing. And he comes up behind a pervert and like the third from the back row, and he slices his throat. And the pervert goes down, and he continues to walk forward. And the people in front of that man don't even notice. They're just watching the girls dance, and the girls are just merrily dancing. And he comes up behind the next person, and that person is in mid-clap when he slices his throat. Blood, crimson blood, catches the stage lights for a second, and the mask kind of hangs from his head. It still has a chunk missing from where Christine Delphine hit it with a pistol shot. Doctor, what do you do other than roll sanity right now?
I passed my sanity roll.
Very good. Lose only one sanity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm stressed.
God bless a good old-fashioned opium. That is the best way to stay chill. Opium. It's my advert for opium.
That was a good one.
Hey, are you about to get sliced and diced by a multi-dimensional nasty? Then use opium. You'll be wildly relaxed about it.
He got the next guy in the chest, and still no one is noticing. The piano is banging heavily, and it definitely looks like he is moving all the way to the front. At some point, he's getting closer and closer. Doctor, what do you do?
Well, the question is, do I think that my position as the king in this masquerade grants me some sort of protection? Or do you think it makes me most choppable person in the room? It is a conundrum. Okay, I think you know what? I don't think I'm going to gamble on that one. I am going to cast my round. So Monsieur Alderney gave me a little wave from the side of the stage. Presumably, the dancing girls entered from some area.
Yeah,
is there a stage door off to the side?
Yeah, so you can run into the backstage. Is that what you're doing?
So I would like to sinuously and sexily dance off to the side, so as to make it look as though this is part of the show. Here I go.
So Alderney still stands there, and as you try to get off, he's like, "No, mister, you're ruining my masterpiece. You are ruining the performance." And he's trying to push you back. So you have to tell me what you're rolling to get around him.
I would like to roll medicine, and let me tell you why. Because in my little medical bag, I have a fine selection of, shall we say, tools that most recently were put to glorious and magical use last night in an orgy of release. And so I would also like to do the same thing to this fat fuck.
Okay, great. So you're pulling out like a scalpel and stabbing the man.
I'm gonna open this guy from tit to taint.
Hard medicine roll, my friend. Hard medicine roll, because they're not meant to be used that way.
Come on, hard medicine roll. Oh no, it was a 94. Yes, and I'm not going to push that. This feels like a bad place to do a push. I'm going to drop my scalpel. Okay, Alderney, I'm so sorry. Give my regards to... Oh, fuck. Drop my...
When you drop your scalpel, he's like, No, you're ruining it. Kill me. You do not have the conviction. You do not believe. What are you doing? Oh, Carcosa, I will see you. But someone is still banging away at the piano, and now people are screaming out in the auditorium. But I have to tell you, that failed roll means that you can hear footsteps coming up onto the stage behind you.
Good footsteps?
Yeah, good footsteps. No, what are you going to do now? The guy... You couldn't get the guy out of the way. You try to pull a scalpel out of your medical bag and stab him. He's, for some reason, disappointed that you failed, and now you must tell me what you're doing next.
Okay, I would like to try and remove my crown and jam it onto his head.
Okay, very good. Interesting. You jam the crown onto his head. No roll necessary. And as you do so, suddenly a dark figure elbows you out of the way, unless you'd like to stop him.
No. I go with the flow.
Yes. You're pushed into the curtains. Where you're kind of half tangled for a moment, and you see as the pallid masked man stabs Andre Alderney over and over, and he like sits there with a smile on his face, and he's like, "I go to see my kingdom," and then he falls to the ground in a pool of blood. And now the masked man is turning toward you, but you have a moment while he was doing the murder to run or go somewhere else. Where would you like to go?
Yes, I believe the phrase is cheese it. I would like to cheese it real quick, please.
A 1 dexterity roll, please.
Not very dexterous. Oh, the rolls are not with me. I'm going to push this time.
Okay, very good. So you're tangled in the curtains. You're going to push. What are you doing to push? Describe how you try harder.
So here's before I was trying to extricate myself from the curtain, and instead I just try and yank the whole thing down in the hope that it will fall over the monster, Scooby-Doo style.
I love that. Please roll your dexterity roll again, and let's see how it goes.
This is never as interesting as. Nope. That was not the right one. I'm not sure. I rolled a 6.
Oh, you rolled a 6.
Yes, I did. I was unable to present the dice correctly because I can't work out the back to fronties. But
Doctor, you pull the curtain down onto your pursuer. And like a heavy kind of light comes down too and smashes your pursuer, and he crumples into a pile along with the body of Andre Aldonnet. And then you are away. You're going past dressing rooms, and there is a stage door, and you're out of it into the light because all this happened in the middle of the day because these people are creeps. And meanwhile, in a place that is not Paris, your friend Candice Rodriguez is sinking beneath the water. Christine, what do you do?
Well, of course, I try to get her. I try to grab her before she sinks.
Okay, I'm not going to make you... Actually, I am, but it's not like she drowns. It's just how well do you do this? You had that excellent swim roll earlier. So why don't you roll for me? We've established that you can swim. So check... if you haven't yet, check your swim. And then also, you can roll a dexterity roll or a strength roll to kind of get her up and swim with her, and I'll give you a bonus die. Bonus die because you did so well in that earlier swim roll.
Hell yeah. I'm going to roll strength because it's better.
Okay, great.
Yes. Okay, and I passed.
Great. So,
and then the bonus die remind me how that works.
The bonus die means you can do it again and see if you do even better. So you could maybe roll a critical, a hard, or an extreme success right now.
Yeah. Okay, so 43 or 23, baby. Oh, and that's
23.
That's a hard pass.
That's great. So are now you're actually now pretty close to the shore. Okay. And now and your friend Candace is still completely unconscious. And you may, if you'd like, roll a spot hidden as you approach the shore and approach this weird kind of palace that hangs on the edge of this lake shore.
I'm definitely looking around because this place is not totally normal. I think I'm in a little bit of denial. I rolled a 45, and my spot hidden is 25, so I do not pass.
You do not pass, and so I'm just going to do this. Right before you get to the shore, something big and black and sinuous and covered in kind of like a big bony protrusion, like rocks through the water in front of you.
Oh.
You're like 25 feet from the shore.
Okay.
Its body goes by, and then a tail goes by like a bit later. You need to roll sanity for me.
Okay, I am rolling sanity, and I'm already not very sane.
Give me a masked monster with a knife 1,000 times over. Sorry.
You succeeded.
Yeah.
You lose 0 sanity. Christine Delphine is just like, wow, what a weird lake. That must be a hippopotamus or something.
What a weird dog.
But now you must tell me how you're getting by it. What are you going to do?
Okay. I took swimming lessons in my youth. So I'm going to tread water for mayhaps just a moment, and with my friend Candice, and wait for the tail to perhaps do its little thing. Oh, funny dog goes swimming by. Bye-bye.
You're going to wait for it to go away.
I'm just going to wait for it to go away.
You watch as the suns above you, which are kind of like they don't really give off light. They're kind of orange. It looks. If I was an astronomer, I would describe them as very old suns that are kind of dying in the sky, and they give off this weird orangish yellow light. And you watch as the thing glistening off the water goes, yards and yards away from you, and you're just kind of waiting. And that's when it turns, and it comes toward you with okay. Give me a swim roll, but let's go ahead and improve it first. So see if you can roll above it to see if your swim skill improved.
Okay. My swim is currently 20, and I roll a 35.
Okay, so you succeed in improving it. Roll a d10, see how much better it gets.
1.
Oh, no. Okay, so now give me a roll under 21 to get away from this thing.
Could be all important.
Oh, 49. I failed.
49. Okay. Let me make some rolls.
No.
Is it worth pushing and spending luck?
Would you like to try to push?
I would love to push.
Okay, so
if you get lower than 49, you might be able to luck your way out of it.
I might be able to look my way in.
Okay, give it a shot. 21. Try to roll 21 a second time, and we'll just say you're just desperately going for the shore.
15.
Are you kidding me?
15.
Check it again.
It's 15.
You throw Candace onto the shore and drag yourself out of it as these long, sort of black tentacles reach for your toes and your ankle, and they just barely miss. And then the thing kind of the wave kind of goes out again, and the thing kind of rolls with it like a dead seal back into the water. And now you're looking up at this kind of weird palace. Breathing like someone who just swam half a mile, and you see someone on the shoreline, and this person is dressed in a cassock with it looks almost like medieval garb, but with kind of glittering gloves and a strange orange pendant, and they're kind of walking along shouting for someone.
Okay, I would very much like to hide. I want to try and drag Candace, and I would like to get us behind perhaps a big rock or a dead tree or something else in this weird hellscape.
Please give me a luck roll first with your current luck.
Booyah. 21. That's a hard pass of my
Okay, very good. Yeah, your luck is high enough that's good. And then, so that means there is a tree. Now there is an old stunted tree that's fallen near the shore of the lake. Would you please give me a stealth roll?
Stealth roll, oh mon Dieu. And I do not pass. That's a failure.
You're kind of cowering with your, and by the way, Candace, you suddenly are kind of spitting up water and coming to.
Shut the fuck up. Shh.
When suddenly this strange man appears in front of both of you, comes around the side, and is like, "Children, what are you doing here? The Queen Mother has been asking for you. Come quickly, the ball is about to start. Come."
No, thank you. No, thank you.
We're not dressed for a ball.
That's okay.
He's like, "Do not be willful, children. You know that you must be inside the confines of the castle before night falls.
Pourquoi?
Now, shall I send the guards for you?"
Pourquoi? What happens at nightfall?
Yeah, remind us.
"You know it is not safe to be out here with the plague in the countryside. Come. The peasants are revolting. They're looting. They'll come and cut your throats or do worse to you. Come."
Okay, maybe we should go. Because that other thing doesn't sound good. So I think maybe we should go with this guy.
Candace, you have not seen what I have seen. I was almost bitten by a very weird dog.
Well, I don't want to get bitten by a weird dog.
It had tentacles and it almost swallowed us.
A dog with tentacles?
Get to the legs, this man.
When
Because I
he
don't want to stay here.
he opens a door that you didn't even see in the side of the wall, and you're suddenly in like a dark stone passage, and the building you're moving through definitely feels like something out of the 17th century, with kind of like wooden posts kind of holding up the ceiling and kind of a fragile plaster that is cracked, and a lot of it is kind of like falling into disrepair. And the architecture at the time was a little more primitive, and so he has to kind of skulk, and he skulks with you to where you get to a stairway, and he motions you up the stairway, and finally at a little table he puts on a mask that makes him have an enormous mustache that's fake and like a big smiling face, and he's like, now children, I must go to the ball, so you must stay within the nursery. And he opens a door and motions you in, where it's a dark musty room where you can just see one candle flickering.
Okay. You go on. We'll go into the nursery. We promise. You have fun.
Yeah.
The Queen Mother has sidled me with you, and I must see to it that you are in the nursery.
Yes, we will go there. We will go there.
It's on our list of things to do.
We must all play our roles, and a child's role is to not be seen or heard.
Absolutely. I promise I do not want anyone here to see or hear me.
Would you like to fast talk him or persuade him to leave you alone?
I want to persuade him because I'm telling the truth. I do not want anyone here to see me ever.
Can I fast talk? Can I roll?
Well, I think that you can, but let's see how Christine's persuade goes, and then we'll see if we even need to. Maybe she succeeded.
I did not. I rolled 75, but I think I'd like to use my luck. Can I push?
Okay. Yes, you may. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can just use your luck, so you don't have to roll again. You can just use 5 points of luck. Do you want to? I would like
to use 5 points of luck to say I succeeded.
Suddenly, somewhere a chime, a mournful chime, starts ringing, bong, bong, and he's like, I am needed elsewhere. Stay in the nursery, children. If you are seen, I can't tell you what your mother will do to you. And he runs off down that stairway again, and you're left beside this weird door to the nursery.
Candice, where the fuck are we?
I don't know what is going on. All of a sudden, I just woke up. I was swimming. Now, what? What did you see? What are we? What?
Okay, something is very wrong here, but perhaps this nursery is safe for us. I just want to peek in, and I just want to look around, but I don't want to go in case any doors slam behind me.
You see two little cots for children, but the nursery is covered head to toe in porcelain dolls.
No.
And all stare out at you. They're porcelain marionettes hanging down, and they're all kind of like sitting in various positions all over the room. And when you look in, my friend Christine Delphine, they all go and look over at you. You may make a sanity roll.
Well, I don't have a lot of sanity left.
Roll your current sanity. Try to roll under it.
I rolled 11.
11.
Wow.
You did well. You lose no sanity from that. So
that is one of the few numbers under my sanity roll.
you may ignore this room, or you may go gallivanting around the grounds.
Candice, might I politely suggest you do not look in that room at all, and let us just close this door and go elsewhere.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Now give me, as you're kind of climbing around this maze of a castle, give me just one roll that kind of tells me how you're looking around or how you're trying to find your way out. And either of you can roll it. What is the skill that you use? You could even say, I try to talk to a guard and find the way out, or, just tell me what you roll.
I want to roll.
Okay.
What about listen?
That is a great idea. Yes, go for it.
Or praise.
Candace. I think listen is great. Let's do that one.
Great.
I got 51.
And what is your skill?
50.
So spend 1 luck and you have done it.
Okay.
You hear a voice behind a door go, "Hurry, I do not want to be late." And you recognize the voice. It is the voice of your dear friend, the woman you have been looking for, Camilla.
Camilla!
And then looking beyond the door, maybe through just a crack, you see like 4 servants who are all working on her hair at once and putting her in a marvelous gown of gold and jewels, 1,000 times more extravagant than one that Queen Elizabeth ever wore. She shines brightly. It positively makes your eyes kind of, you can't quite keep them open looking at her. She shines with such radiance, and then her attention goes to you, and she looks into both of your eyes, definitely not knowing who you are, and she goes, "Excuse me, are you guests for the ball?" And that is where we will end for tonight. Guys, this is a weird one, and I thank you for hanging with me. What do you think? Do you think you're going to be able to rescue her?
Is it still her?
Gone.
Great question.
Can we rescue ourselves?
Yeah.
I mean, who even knows where the doctor's at? Well, I've had so much fun playing with this group. Guys, I just want to thank you again. We're back for one more chapter where we'll finally find out what happens to these great characters. Thank you, Humphrey Ker, Roz Hernandez, and Mary Lou. You guys were awesome tonight. Thank you.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Where did I go? Where am I? I'm going to now give it over to my good friend and secret GM, Clinton Trucks, because I have to make water. So, Clinton Trucks, would you please tell them what's coming up on the Stream of Blood, and I'll be back before we end the entire stream, okay?
Have a good pee-pee. Hey, everybody. Jared's gone to pee. He's going to go and do a little pee-pee. No big deal. So, come back next week for the maddening conclusion of Paris Painted Yellow, our latest installment of the Neptune Society. I was talking in the chat. I think this might be our scariest Neptune game yet. And Thursday, 8 o'clock, we are doing a patented fireside chat. We're going to talk about the games we have coming up, some slight changes to the schedule, and just our plans for the future, and chat with you guys and maybe have a special guest. We'll see. So that's this Thursday on the channel at 8 o'clock. Go check out our new website, designed by our art director, Jill Petracek, streamofblood.com. Check out our merch store, streamofblood.threadless.com. Check out our podcast. We have been playing Call of Cthulhu 7th edition from Chaosium. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Reddit, all of them. But if you really want to chat with us, the best place to do it would be on our Discord, Stream of Blood's server of blood. Come on over there and talk about this game. I think there's a lot to say. And I see Will Pottorff in the chat. Will did some incredible art that has not made it in yet, which means we're only going to have a particularly amazing episode next time when we get to show it all off. And I don't think Jared's going to make it back from his pee-pee in time for me to not close the show, because I don't see him coming back. Guys, special thanks to me and our other producer, Brian Baldinger, Jared Logan, our intrepid game master, keeper, the tip of our spear, our social media manager, Megan Arch, our podcast producer, Andrew Strother, our YouTube content producer, Matthew Moynihan, and Joe Petracek, our art director. You know what? Let's take a second. And do you guys have any questions? Just to give Jared a chance to say goodbye, because I see he's left his camera on. I think he intends to come back. Anything? Everybody's just being so nice to me and my speed talking. I appreciate that. I see we're doing big ups to our guest, Mary Lou, who has her own Twitch channel where she plays music and sings. I highly recommend you check it out. Jared's back. Yay.
Guess who's back?
Back again. How'd it go?
I guess that's what I get for having 2 of the classic Parisian drink Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Sure, from your wine cellar.
Yeah.
We've got a good question from the chat.
Great. Let me see it.
I don't know one. Do you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Lovecraftian monsters are hard to play because they are conceptual as opposed to stat blocks.
The whole point of the Lovecraftian monster is that it is strange and unknowable. Why would you want to play it? But there are lots of good RPGs where you can play a monster.
That's true. How about Monster Hearts? Maybe we'll play that on the channel one day.
I don't know if I maybe someone else could GM that. I think that it's probably a great game, but I don't like things where people are in high school or like cute or in love. I like things where people get stabbed.
This is true. All right.
Yeah.
This is why Jared's not going to run Monster Hearts, guys. It'll be all stabs and no kisses.
Yeah, I don't like kisses. That's girl stuff.
I blew through the credits. We did this damn thing, Jared.
Great.
Shall we say goodbye?
Thanks for covering for me. Let's say goodbye. Until next time. Sing it with me, Clinton. Yeah, Shub Nagurath, Cthulhu Fatagan.
Goodbye forever.
Later.